You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high. Cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold on, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up weekdays. Catch us live, somebody. Let's go.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Pascal Show. I hope you guys are all doing well out there, enjoying your Thursday. Man, it feels like it should be a Monday right now. Hopefully you guys are all enjoying your day, having a good one, making it positive, making it beautiful, and all that stuff. Man, I've been out for a couple days because I was enjoying some of my vacay, much-needed vacay. Let's keep it real. Much-needed some vacay up in this piece, but it felt good to be out here doing my thing, spend some time with my family, and just enjoy the outdoors. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy that beach. Man, enjoying that beach indeed. But anyway, guys, happy belated 4th of July. If you guys celebrated that or not, I know a lot of people were not celebrating that for various reasons, for various political and non-political reasons. But yes, at the same time, hopefully you guys enjoyed your 4th of July, your Independence Day, if you were celebrating that. And even so, hopefully the last few days, regardless, have been a beautiful and positive one for you guys. Real talk, okay? But yeah, man, I just set up my computer, literally just set everything back up, got everything pretty much back to normal. I still got a mess, got to clean behind me right here, but I figured there's this big story right now that's popping off. There's a couple other big stories too, which we are going to be looking at here very, very briefly. But I wanted to chop it up with you guys about this particular breaking news story about Brittney Griner, WNBA's own Brittney Griner, who's been in jail, in prison, in Russia for having some of that, ooh-wee cartridges in her personal belongings when she was about to leave the country of Russia. Man, this is some crazy stuff, some new developing information that just popped off. I missed all y'all, so we got to jump into this. Unfortunately, I would love to do some catch up and all that, but unfortunately, we got to get into this story and get things moving back to our regularly scheduled program. So you already know the procedure, but I'm going to say it anyway. Hit that like button down below. Send it past 100 likes really quick. That would really mean a lot. All right? Please and thank you. Okay? And if you haven't done that yet, please hit that subscribe button. All right? Crush it. Make it scream out your damn name. It'd be great to have you a part of the Pascal Show family. Really, real talk. And of course, I got that Patreon down below. It's on that ticker going that way right there. And of course, I have my join button if you want to just become a member and just simply support this channel. That would really, really mean a lot. Okay. But anyway, guys, we have got to get into some of these stories. There's a lot going on. And I'm trying out something new on this bad boy. And I don't know if somebody just said, please turn off the music. Maybe it's too loud. I have no idea. Because I just tried this new thing on this streaming site where you can actually play the music on the site, and I don't have to play some external thing. So anyway, trying it out. Maybe it was a little too loud. I apologize if it was too loud for you. Okay. But I do appreciate you guys for being here, being a part of the conversation. We got to get into some things. So again, hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and, join, hit that Patreon, all that stuff. Support if you can. It'd be greatly appreciated. Okay. But of course, before we jump into everything, Chuck Dibble, thank you so much for becoming a member. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so very, very, very much. Thank you so very, very much. I really do appreciate it. Okay. Counselor Kia said, yeah, we need to hear you. I guess it was a little too loud. Like I said, tried out this new piece on here, and sometimes it's a new program on this streaming thing that I have. So maybe it was a little too loud. My apologies, but let's get into this story. Now, I don't know if you guys know much about Brittney Griner, but Brittney Griner is a WNBA basketball player. She's a basketball star. She was leaving the country of Russia. And I guess she had cannabis oil cartridges that were on her person, that were in her personal belongings. Obviously, Russia was not okay with this. She was quickly detained, and she has been there for a while now. I mean, she has been in there since, I think I don't even remember when she was put in there. It's been so long. But she is still right now in Russia as we speak, and now she's looking at the possibility of being inside Russia, inside a Russian prison for 10 years. You might be asking why. Why is she facing up to 10 years? Right now, facing 10 years in a Russian prison. Because of this, y'all. Blammo. Whoops. Because of this, guys. Blam. Breaking news. WNBA star Brittney Griner has pled guilty to drug charges at trial in Russia and now faces up to 10 years in prison. She tells the judge, "I didn't want to break the law," and clutches the photo of her own wife. Now, this is crazy. And Sandwich, thank you. Since February, I forgot when she was in there because I remember we were talking about this a while back in one of my many shows. And we talked about how she was arrested for having cannabis oil cartridges, like she vapes or something like that. You feel me? On her person. And it's a crazy situation, but we got to talk about this. We got to get into this story real quick. Timbo Slice, thank you so much. I appreciate the support. Thank you so very, very much. So let's go into some of these bullets, okay? I got some video clips I want to show you guys, of course, as well, just to kind of briefly talk about this situation. This is terrible in my personal opinion, but at the same time, when we look at something like this and we look at other stories that we have talked about and discussed on this channel, there's some things that correlate, okay? That we if we're gonna be harsh on one person, we kind of need to look at this other person in that same light in a certain way. But like I said, don't jump down my throat. I'm not trying to say anything bad, okay? This is still terrible, terrible news, and it makes me wonder why she pleaded guilty. Real talk. It makes me wonder what motivated her to actually step forward and say, "Hey, I'm guilty. I'm guilty. Let's just do this." Did she feel that she was stuck between a rock and a hard place? Was she threatened into pleading guilty? Were the options that were given to her, this was the only option that she had, which was to plead guilty? Like I said, there's a lot here that's just not, the math ain't mathing to me, y'all. But it seemed as if she was fighting for something, saying, "Hey, get me out of here as quickly as possible. I'm innocent." And now she's saying that she's guilty. Very interesting. I got some footage outside of the courthouse. I don't really know. I'm assuming this is the people who are representing her in the court. I'm not really sure, but we are going to look at the right after she had pled guilty. We got some things to break down and take a look at. We also do. This is a little bit of a left turn, but we also do need to talk about the situation that happened in Beckley, West Virginia. It's been shared all over the twits. Shout out to Infinite Content for keeping me abreast of the situation. But we do need to look at this particular. We're not going to look at the whole video, mind you, but there's another video of a man who obviously is having a mental breakdown or is in a psychotic state, clearly. And 50. Wow, I can't even explain. Basically, the same thing that happened to Jalen Walker happened to this other man as well. Except this time, this man was armed. He did have a gun in his hands, We're going to be talking about that here shortly. We're going to be looking into that as well. But it's absolutely crazy. It's just absolutely crazy how this man was, how his life was taken. Again, in the same fashion as Jalen Walker. Okay. But we are going to talk about that here in a little bit. But really quick, let's go into these bullets real fast, okay? And do me a favor, y'all. I'd really appreciate it. I do appreciate all the support and love. Also, I saw a super chat in the corner of my eye. Sanguine Siren, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so very, very much. I missed all y'all, okay? I really did. And it's nice to be back in here, jumping in and chopping it up with you guys about how the world's going to hell in a handbasket, because it really is, okay? It's sad. I wish I came to you guys with better news, but hey, this is what we got for right now. Okay. We got another story for you guys here in a little bit too that I want to show you guys as well. We're going to get into all this stuff. There's a lot to talk about and very little time to do it. So let's jump right into this. Okay. So now this just literally happened just a little bit ago. Brittney Griner has pled guilty to drug charges. And now she is facing up to 10 years in prison, okay? In Russian prison. And that's a whole other Charles Dickens story, okay? Let me just say that really quick. She told the judge, "I'd like to plead guilty, Your Honor, but there was no intent. I didn't want to break the law." Griner's legal plea could be a defense strategy. Russian criminal trials are notoriously difficult for defendants, and experts have speculated that Griner could face retribution from authorities if she were to plead innocent. Interesting. So it would be even more. It would be harder for her if she was to plead not guilty. They're saying that this would be even worse for her if she was to plead innocent. If she was to plead not guilty. Isn't that a weird thing? I mean, at least in this country, the saying is innocent until proven guilty. She's over there. There's these cannabis oil cartridges that are on her person, that are in her bag. And instead of her going, "I'm innocent, it was a mistake," so on and so forth, she's saying, "I'm guilty. I had it. Boom, done." They're saying it's easier for her to plead guilty than it is for her to plead innocent and try to fight this out. That is some really crazy stuff. But let's continue in these bullets. We're not going to read the whole article, okay? We ain't got time for that, okay? But at least these bullets are telling us what's going on, okay? Griner was arrested in February after she was allegedly caught carrying two vape cartridges with cannabis oil in them at a Moscow airport. Since then, her supporters have pressured Joe Biden to negotiate her release. Now, obviously, she's written a letter to Joe Biden, okay, President Biden. Her wife has reached out and tried to say, "Hey, Biden, help get my wife back out of Russia," because I can only imagine what Russian prisons are even like. I don't even want to entertain that idea. Okay, I just finished Stranger Things. Okay, let me just say that. Okay, and if it's anything like that, I don't want anything. I don't want no part of it. And I guarantee you, Brittney Griner doesn't want any part of that ish too. Let's keep it reals. All right. Now she is considered by the U.S. Griner is considered by the U.S. to be wrongfully detained and amid tensions over Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Yes, there's a lot of people that are a lot of us are thinking Russia sees an American athlete. Of course, America is standing with Ukraine. Russia feels some type of way about this, and maybe they're holding her hostage in a way. There's a lot of people that feel this way about that, which we are going to talk about here fairly shortly. Okay. But that could very well be it too. Okay. That Russia is just holding her to, I don't know, make America feel some type of way. I don't know. But obviously, as you can see, you don't see President Biden right now losing his damn mind over this issue. I haven't seen him say nothing. Apparently, he has responded. They are corresponding with Griner's wife, but at the same time, there are plenty of other people that are overseas in Russia, detained in Russian prisons right now for other things like espionage and all that kind of stuff too, that still haven't heard anything from any government official, American government official. So, like I said, it's just a very interesting situation here, but let's continue. Okay. Griner has been in custody since her arrest. She has been in a Russian prison this entire time since February. All right. And last I checked, that was a long ass time ago, y'all. Okay. We in July and she's still out there. Okay. She's still locked up. Okay. A Russian judge has extended her detention until December 20th. Now, obviously, now on Wednesday, Reverend Al Sharpton promised to make a trip to Moscow to visit her behind bars. Okay. So these are the things that we have so far. All right. She has come out and said, me guilty. I did the dumb thing. She's saying that now. I don't know what kind of, like I said, I don't know what kind of spin they're going to be using with this. I don't know what's going to go down and whatnot, but still, she is still stepping forward and saying, I'm guilty. Maybe her team who represents her said, hey, you know what? It might be easier for you to step forward and just take full guilt than it is for you to plead guilty and try to fight this thing out. Let's keep it real, y'all. Let's keep it real. She is, she's with the, I forgot what team she's with now. Hold on. What team is she with? Somebody, Sandwich just said it a little bit ago. And now just escaped me. Why am I forgetting the team that she's with? Have mercy. Hold on. I totally forgot what team she is on. Real talk. She is with the Phoenix Mercury. Okay. So she's with this team. All right. She obviously is going overseas to do whatever she's doing overseas. Okay. And then all of a sudden, she forgets these cannabis cartridges in her bag. She travels. And I'm still wondering, I don't remember, I'm wondering if Arizona is it recreational or if it is fully, or if it's medicinally legal, right? To have, let's just say, weed, if it's legal or not. I forgot what the, I forgot if Arizona is actually legal to possess marijuana or not. And maybe one of y'all out here would be great. It would be great if you guys knew, if you guys can help me out. Maybe somebody can just Google it really quick. So it's recreational. So Sank of a CSD said recreational. So let's be real. Okay. Let's keep it straight real. All right. Say that she's leaving Arizona. Okay. She's leaving her home. She knows that she is, she smokes and all that stuff, whatever, whatever you do, as long as it's not harmful to anybody else. And, smoke responsibly. This is what I say. Okay. And hopefully it doesn't lead to some other heavier things. But moving on, you got somebody who is clearly used to having that kind of stuff around them. This is all just speculation. They're packing things up quickly and they're about to kick rocks. They don't look into their bag to make sure that they don't have those things on their person, but they do have it on their person. They arrive to Moscow. They land. They're walking through. All of a sudden, boom, they get caught. Let's be real here. This is no good, period. It's never good. It's the same thing about, I hate to use this woman for an example, but we're going to use this for an example. You got somebody like AH. She took two dogs overseas to another country. Of course, she was able to finesse and lie and all that stuff. Obviously, she's being investigated over that BS. But let's talk about this. If you get onto a plane, fly overseas, and that particular country has stricter laws, much more conservative, if not more strict laws against certain types of drugs or certain types of plants going into their country, in certain ways, one should check one's bag. I know that maybe some people might not agree with me on this. I do think it's messed up that she's in there for that long, but she had stuff on her that she should not have had on her. It was a mistake. And understandably, she's flying from a place where it's recreationally legal to be in possession of certain plants. But she flew into another country. She flew into another country. Strange. Unless now there's other theories right now, of course, that's circulating around saying that somebody planted these things on her. Planted, get it? High key, low key. And that's the thing. For me, I go, okay, I'm curious as to, was she ever away from said bag? If it was a carry-on, was she ever away from, did she ever turn away? Was she asleep on the plane? So on and so forth. Who would plant said thing on her whilst she is flying to a whole other country? There's just a lot of questions I have revolving around this situation. Because, there's so many different ways that could have happened. She could have, like I said, packed up really fast. She was in a rush. She packed her bag, didn't realize that she had those cartridges in her bag, and jumped on the plane and flew. But then you also think, like, I don't know nothing about customs or whatnot, but I mean, as you're about to fly into another country, wouldn't they stop you with those cartridges, if they went through those things and through your bags and whatnot, and say, hey, you cannot fly with said thing? But then again, who am I to say anything? I'm not a customs, I don't work in customs, nor am I an expert within these things. Sanguine Siren just said she was playing for a Russian basketball team and not for the first time. She knew what she was doing. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. You go into another country to play. You're right. She was playing overseas. Thank you for that reminder. It's been so long. She went overseas to play for another team, and she was caught with this stuff. And I know there's people out here that are speculating, saying that she was caught with this because it was on her person. It was her own stuff. And then there are people out here that say this was a whole setup, man. This was a whole setup. And I got the thing mixed up. Timbo Slice, thank you. Thank you so much. Let me correct myself. Like I said, it's been so long. She was leaving. Okay? She was leaving Russia. My bad. Thank you for that correction. She was leaving the country. So she had those things on her. It just doesn't make sense to me. Like I said. Like here. Let me just show you this piece right here. It says right here, obviously she's been detained, since February, after she was caught with those 2 cartridges. The Texas native went on trial January 1st, 4.5 months after her arrest. At the time, she was traveling in Russia because, like many WNBA players, Griner plays overseas during the offseason to supplement income. In her case, Griner plays for the UMMC. I don't know what that's. Ekaterinburg, something like that, just east of the Ural Mountains. Okay, so Elizabeth Rude, deputy chief of mission at the U.S. Embassy in Moscow, told reporters after the hearing that she spoke to Griner in the courtroom and shared a letter from President Joe Biden. She's eating well. She's able to read books and under the circumstances, she is doing well. I would like to again, I would like again to emphasize the commitment of the U.S. government at the very highest level to bring home safely Miss Griner and all U.S. citizens wrongfully detained, as well as the commitment of the U.S. Embassy in Moscow to care for and protect the interests of all U.S. citizens detained or imprisoned in Russia. And this is, of course, a deputy chief of mission at the U.S. Embassy speaking, or in Moscow, speaking on behalf of this whole situation. Okay. And what's weird is, like I said, you got somebody that was traveling in Russia. They were traveling in Russia. Traveling in Russia. I really do think that this woman needs to be brought home. I do believe that. Okay. I do believe that with my whole heart. Okay. She should come home. Bring her home. Find a way to get her out of there. But at the same time, she was traveling in Russia. She wasn't in Arizona, flying across, doing her thug thizzle. She was in Russia, already playing in Russia. That's the piece that I say, hey, wait a second now. Hey, wait a second now. Okay. And yes, I do agree, Jess. 10 years isn't right, regardless of that tiny crap. I do agree. She had a couple cannabis cartridges on her person. She didn't realize that she had them. Let's keep it on an innocent whoopsie. Okay. Let's look at it as a oopsie, an innocent oopsies. Okay. But no matter what, she still had said things on her person that are considered illegal in that country. And when you look at something like that, when you go to another country and you say that she had a little bit of, a little bit of that, that blow, shrooms, God forbid, anything else, they would attack her in the exact same way. Their laws are completely different from our laws. And I'm not sitting here saying that she should be in there and she should rot. Hell no. Okay? Hell no. But at the same time, though, she's flying around with things that are highly illegal in that country, period. Like I said, I ain't trying to rock nothing illegal in any place like Russia. Okay? Or any other place that is not the country that I live in, nor would I even try to do that in this country anyway. But you know what I'm saying. I would not be caught dead doing something that is heavily frowned upon, if not highly illegal in another country that is not very forgiving of foreigners, especially Americans, being all up in their place doing that kind of stuff. Just saying that out loud. Okay? But I do think that 10 years is ridiculous. There's got to be some other way around this. And in fact, in my mind, I go, shouldn't she be able to have hopefully she's going to get a lesser sentence because she pleaded guilty, because she didn't sit there and go, oh, let me waste everybody's time, try to make it seem like they just magically appeared in my bag. But like I said, there's more to this. We're going to look at some of these things. We got a couple videos that I want to show you guys as well, because it's just a lot to digest. And of course, everyone's entitled to their opinion about this. I would love to see this woman come back home in one piece and all that. I think that she's going to be over there for too long, for too little things. Yes, slap on the wrist. Yes, maybe give her something that I don't know. I don't know whatever the laws are, but 10 years, I don't know. Too much. Okay. So like I said, the way Russia works, Like I said, just strange. But let's go into this. Check this out.
Just right now from Brittney Griner's lawyers speaking outside of the courtroom in Moscow. In today's hearing, she pled guilty to all charges, saying, though, that it was not her intent to break the law. She was packing in a hurry. And so the plan here, according to the lawyers, that they are now counting on leniency from the Russian courts with recognition of that lack of intent to commit a crime. I think, of course, there is now perhaps a consideration that this might speed up a verdict and get to, as I was talking before, get to a point where the Russians are willing now to talk about prisoner exchanges. Just earlier today, we heard the Russian Deputy Foreign Minister, Sergei Ryabkov, say essentially this much, that there was nothing to talk about between the two countries on prisoner exchanges until this court hearing, until this process had concluded, and also relations improved. So one step at a time, but one way to look at this is a step closer to those prisoner swap negotiations.
Rick, what's your reaction to that?
I think Matt's interpretation is correct. I mean, I'm sure she was advised by the State Department and the White House to plead guilty. It is a relatively minor charge. It's only once she's convicted and there's a sentence that then she can be used as the bargaining chip that the Russians want to use. And then we'll see what they really think they can get.
That's the thing, though, too. Like, I wonder, what is it that they think that they can get by holding Brittney Griner in Russia? What can they get? What can they get? What can they actually get in this particular situation? What? Oh, yeah, we're going to hold her in this prison for however long we need to put her in this prison for until U.S. Bends the knee and begging for this woman to be released. If that ends up being what it is, America's not going to do a damn thing. I'm going to be real. America's not going to do a damn thing. They will sit there. America will sit there and make it seem like, oh, we're doing our due diligence. We're doing our best to bring her home. Nah, and years will go by, and then people will forget. And they'll be on to the next news story or the next new thing, probably another, God forbid, another shooting or some other BS like that. But for me, I don't see people really saying, oh, yeah, we're going to. I just don't see it being a good bargain chip. Okay, I just don't see this being a good bargain chip for Russia. Unless they go, okay, we have this guy, we have this person as well. Let's use all these people. And then, hey, we're going to give you all these people, including Brittney. And then you're going to give us something that we want. Whatever that want is. But like I said, this is just strange to me, y'all. Very, very strange. I got another video I want to show you guys here really quick, but I look at it and go, what is the bargain chip then? What is the bargain chip? Let's take a look at this.
Show you some new video just into our newsroom this morning. It shows Phoenix Mercury star Brittney Griner heading into her trial in Moscow. Now, Russian authorities have detained Griner since February after claiming she had cannabis oil in her luggage at an airport. Now, last night at the Footprint Center during a Bring BG Home rally, Sherelle Griner making her first public statement about her wife Brittney's detainment since talking with the president and the vice president on the phone.
What and how I feel today is a deeper emotion than hurt. I'm frustrated that 140 days have passed. I'm frustrated that my wife is not going to get justice. I know you all are frustrated too. That's why you're here.
Now, we did speak with fans at the rally who say they are now more hopeful considering Mrs. Griner got a call from the White House. And before we move on, I want to let you know this just coming in seconds ago. We are hearing that Russian media are reporting that Griner has decided to plead guilty to drug possession and smuggling charges in her Russia trial. So again, this just breaking seconds ago, Brittney Griner has decided to plead guilty in her trial in Russia as she remains detained there.
And that was seconds ago of course, seconds. That was fresh, brand new when she had pleaded guilty. But and there's another piece here that I wanted to show you guys as well. It to me is just, it's a lot. All right. And of course, there's a lot of people that feel some type of way about this. And yes, Patricia, that's a good point too. It could be a swap. There could be a situation of Russia being like, hey, well, we want this particular person that you have in custody. We will give you this. We will give you Brittney for X, Y, and Z for this person. Let's do a quick prisoner swap. Okay. But of course, this is just wild. But this is right outside the Russian court. All right. And this is, I'm assuming this is the people who represent Brittney. But like I said, it's still, this is just weird. So there's a piece here that is being said. Hopefully I got it queued properly, because some of it's in Russian, and then they ask questions in English. So I want you guys to hear this piece.
Думает по этому поводу? Как-то изменится отношение к...
Did President Biden's letter?
Yes.
What role did President Biden's letter today play?
Sorry,
Come here. Can you talk about what role President Biden's letter might have had in today's decision to plead guilty?
We have no idea.
I have no idea.
Was this the plan that you had going into today's session, to announce the guilty plea?
Well, that was Brittney's decision. It was totally her decision. So, by coincidence, she got the letter today.
And can you talk about what you hope to get out of this, some sort of legal strategy for a softer sentencing, or what is the plan?
Yes, with the hope, yes, absolutely. Because we hope it will be considered as a mitigating factor for the court when the court will be making the decision.
Yes, we are hoping for the softest sentencing possible.
And did you have a chance to talk with Brittney about President Biden's letter at all?
She appreciated it. Like every citizen of every country would appreciate the letter, the personal letter from the president, of course.
Whether she has been able to speak with her wife?
Not yet.
And did Brittney say what made her take this decision today? Do you have
Yeah.
an explanation for why she decided?
She's a responsible person, and she admitted that it was hers, but she said that it was unintentionally brought to Russia.
I'm going to play the rest of that here in a second. But that is her saying, according to this man right here, he is saying that she said she's taking full accountability of her actions, that those cartridges were hers, and oopsie. Okay? That's literally what, according to this man, one of the reasons why she says, hey, I'm taking accountability or I'm pleading guilty. Now, of course, this is coming from their mouths and not somebody, and not hers herself. But if this is, like I said, I'm still trying to figure out if this is her lawyers or if this is just some people that are there that are representing her, but they're speaking on her behalf. I'm assuming these are her legal representatives for Brittney Griner. But she is taking accountability. She's taking responsibility for said cartridges being in her bag. Now, is that something that was forced into her? Forced her to say? Or is that actually the truth? Obviously, we got to put on those speculation glasses and really, really look into this thing. But something ain't right. But if she really is taking accountability over this, then she's taking accountability over this. This is just crazy. Okay, this is wild. But let me roll that back just a little bit so we hear the first part of that and hear the rest of his statement here.
She admitted that it was hers, but she said that it was unintentionally brought to Russia because she was in a hurry as she was packing, and it was just by accident it ended up in her luggage.
Considering her personality and that she's a role model to many people, to many young people, she just thinks she should be responsible for her actions.
Спасибо.
There it is. And then the rest is them just walking out and all that. But yo, she is literally sitting there, or her representatives, the people who are speaking on behalf of her, are basically saying, hey, she's taking responsibility. She's taking accountability for her actions. Therefore, she pled guilty. Those cartridges were hers. Apparently, she was traveling inside Russia for a little bit. She was traveling because she was playing, and then she got caught with this stuff. So obviously, she got a hookup, something like that, and she was caught. Now you got, of course, Russia going, oh my gosh, this woman who is not Russian at all came over here overseas to play, and she got caught with this stuff. She got caught red-handed. Now, if that is literally what went down, then that's literally what went down. If it's not, we don't know. Okay? We don't know. And then B12, you know what? You never know. That's the thing. This is what's so frustrating about this particular situation. We don't know. We don't know if this is her just going, I might as well just say, I'm guilty. Hopefully they give me a lesser charge than stay in court back in, day in, day out for the inevitable to happen. And that could also be it too. You never know. Her lawyers in Russia might have been like, hey, Brittany, you just have to plead guilty because Mother Russia is not to be messed with. Maybe that's what it was. And she goes, F it. I'm going to plead guilty. I'm taking responsibility for it. I don't know. And maybe in her mind, she's going, I don't know how these things got in my bag. Somebody planted it on me, or there's the other option. She got him. She had him in her bag, and she just plumb forgot about him. Real talk. That could very well be it, too. You never know, because Mother Russia is crazy, as we already know. Okay? And God knows what kind of laws and how things are done over there. And of course, we have been seeing her in these moments where she's been showing up for these court appearances and all that. A lot of times she looks petrified. She looks absolutely just throttled in fear. God knows what the Russian prisons are like. Okay? But lucky for her, she seems to be still in, she seems to be together, and it doesn't look like she's in harm's way in a certain way, right? But she obviously is in a very unique situation. Okay? And let's keep it real. Let's be straight funky on this, y'all. I'm gonna put up a poll. I'm gonna put up a poll, okay? Okay. I just put up, do you think she's innocent or not? Do you think Brittney Griner is innocent? Hell yeah, or oh no, bro. Okay. There it is. It's tagged it's pinned to the top. So let the voting begin. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that, okay? But let's just talk about this really quick before we go on to our next topic, okay? Because we got to talk about this next topic. Let's talk about this here really quick. You got somebody who somehow got some Mary Jane cartridges, okay? Some oil, all right? Some cannabis oil. Somehow she got these, while she was in Russia, unless she already had them on her and she was able to fly across a big ass ocean, fly into Mother Russia, Privyet, comrade, and be able to do her thing. And then while she was in there traveling, doing whatever she did, she got caught. All right. Either one. Okay. Either situation, whether she flew in with that stuff or she bought it while she was on Russian ground. Okay. No matter what, she knows the law, or at least she knows laws. And it's hey, maybe I shouldn't. If I get caught with this, I'm going to be in very big trouble. Let's just keep it real. Let's just talk about that. Whether it was, let's push aside the speculation parts of it being either planted on her or this was one big ploy to capture an American athlete. Let's just talk about her own human error. She wanted to smoke a little herbage, okay? She wanted a little bit of that devil's lettuce or the oil, okay? She wanted to smoke some of that oregano oil, okay? And she forgot that it was in her bag. Oopsies. She got caught. Do we expect anything different? Should we be surprised that she is being in prison? Now, I don't know. Like I said, maybe the laws are not as strict when it comes to the Mary Jane over there, and maybe they're just slapping everything. They're throwing the whole damn book at her. That could be it too. That could very well be it too. But let's just look at the straight, funky base of it. She was over there. She was playing. Maybe this is her way, because in her Arizona ways, living in Arizona and playing for her team in Arizona, in America, maybe that's her way of relaxing. Maybe that's her way of, kicking up her feet and chilling. Feeling kind of lonely, feeling kind of bored, maybe stressed. Anxiety is real. She got to pay them bills and keep those lights on. She gets a hookup in Russia. Let's just talk about that. She thinks, what are the chances of me getting caught with this ish? Throws it in the bag. Forgets about it. Maybe she does some traveling on road traveling, in a bus going from one place to another. But this time, she just forgets. It's in her bag. And then she gets caught. You got certain laws. You got somebody who is an American. They go to, let's just say, I don't know, China, okay? Goes to any other country that has much more stricter laws than America. They have something on them that is considered in that country illegal as hell. Do you expect them to just look at them and go, it's okay, buddy. Get on that plane. Just go fly home. It's fine. Probably not. That country is going to look at that person who is holding on to an illegal substance in their country under their laws. They're going to look at that and go, wait a second, man. That is illegal in our country. We do not like that kind of stuff in our country. We don't allow this in our country. Boom. Bad things are going to happen. You're going to see, that person's going to see the inside of a prison cell. There's no way of finessing it. Just saying. There's no way. Unless you bring in government officials to sit there and go, hey, it was just a little bit of weed. But if you notice, Biden now is starting to talk. This has been national news since February. Okay? Since Black History Month. That was a while ago, baby. It's July 7th right now. And now Biden is starting to, come on. What's going on over there in Russia? And now he's looking into that now. But outside of that, maybe he's looking at it going, hey, she done mucked that up. She made that mistake. Like I said, if that is the case. But yes, I think it is a harsh, that's a huge sentence that she's facing down for a couple cartridges of cannabis oil, when you know for a fact 95% of these damn government officials are all self-medicating on something, okay? And some of them probably use that same damn cartridge too. Let's just say that real quick. But moving on. Drunk Man Dez, thank you so much for the 5. I seen a report where this American dude got put in jail for ordering some type of metal cleaner online, which contained an illegal substance. I've heard that kind of story too. And that's what's so crazy. And it's like, well, he didn't know. But this is the thing though. If it's illegal, if marijuana and other recreational drugs outside of alcohol are illegal in that particular country, then you don't bring it into that country. Trust me, you'll thank me later. Shoot, I've heard people getting caught in Mexico with Mexico, and then they're in Mexican prisons and stuff, and not for other terrible reasons like the auras, okay, or the GMs or the JEs. I'm just talking about regular, like they just had some smoke on them, okay, or they had a little bit of, a little bit of that yayo, and suddenly they're locked up and they're American too. You know what I'm saying? Just saying. That is a very good question. What happens if a foreigner does the same thing in the U.S.? Now, that is something that I would love to be able to bring in some of my my esquires, okay, some of my lawyers in to talk about that specific thing, because, yeah, I'd like to know that too. What happens if they're here, okay? And yes, music, Soul Child. Anyway, music. Thank you so much for the comment. Stop the cap. Russia is not a place you want to break any laws. This has nothing to do with your feelings, nor because who she is. Oh, nor because of who she is. Yeah. Thank you. You basically said what I'm trying to say. I mean, not the last part, but the second sentence you have here. Russia, it's like follow the bouncing ball. Okay. Russia, okay, is not a place you want to break any laws. Say it all together, kids. Russia is not a place you want to break any laws. I mean, come on. Why would you do that? If you know for a fact you're going into Russia, man, you clean. You straight edge the entire time, okay? The only thing you're consuming is maybe some vodka, okay? And that's it. You should know. I mean, come on, y'all. Let's be real. Even though outside of all that, yes, it sucks. Yes, it sucks that she got caught. Yes, she should not be getting this, looking down the barrel of 10 years in a Russian prison. Absolutely. But let's talk about let's boil it down to the common denominator. The common denominator is her having an illegal substance on her body, on her person, that she should not have had in that country. Period. In America, we look at weed differently, okay? Obviously, many states are becoming more legal, more medicinally savvy, okay, or recreationally savvy, but not Russia, baby. Russia, I'm sure they, man, not Russia, okay? It's Russia, man. It's Russia. I'm just saying. Damn. Okay. That's it. But I do think that her the sentence that she's looking at is way harsh. But then again, we talking about Russia, okay? I'm sure they arrest. I know this is an exaggeration. It's just a joke. But I wouldn't be surprised if they arrested people for jaywalking in Russia, just because they're breathing wrong, just because they have the hiccups. Can you imagine that? And all of a sudden, Russian police just tackle him down. He just had the hiccups. Damn. You know what I'm saying? So come on. When you look at this kind of situation, yes, this is not great. Okay. This is not great for her. And yes, let's bring her home. Okay. Bring her home. All right. I'm with it all day long. But you also got to look at the truth here. And if she really did make a mistake, make an oopsie by leaving those cartridges in her bag, then hey, that's all she wrote. Hopefully, the soft on her. But we are talking about Mother Russia. I don't see them being soft. Have you heard them talk? It's not soft. It's not soft, okay? Not soft. So I hope she's going to be okay. All we can do is fingers crossed and pray for a less time. Maybe she spends 6 months in there because of the amount of cannabis oil that she had on her or something, right? But she is looking at other charges as well, smuggling, so on and so forth. So we will see what happens here in the very near future. But for me, I look at this and go, hey, she made a mistake. Yes, a very big mistake. If we are looking at her taking accountability at full face value and not thinking anything deeper than that, no speculations, no nothing like that. You see her going, hey, I made a mistake. I was rushing out the door. Didn't realize that I had the weed cartridges in my bag. My bad. If she's taking accountability for it, and it's not because random Russian soldiers came in and put a gun to her head and threatened her life to say, plead guilty. If they did that, then that would be terrible. But if she is literally taking accountability for this situation, I really do hope that the Russian courts are soft with their sentencing, that she spends very little to maybe no time, and Biden gets into this and hopefully does what he needs to do to save her ass and just bring her home, period. All right? But ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to say this again. If you are going to go to another country, I don't care what country it is, and you maybe partake, okay, in that wacky tobacco, don't travel with it. That's it. Do not travel with it. Okay, comrade? Just don't. You'll thank me later. And another thing too. Don't travel with dogs across to another country unless you got the paperwork and all that stuff done too. Okay? Just saying that. Livestock, and plants of various kinds, of the, various kind. Just don't do it. Find a dog sitter and leave them plants alone. I'm sure you go into that other country, there's plenty of people that got that stuff inside that country. And when you do partake in that wacky tobacco, maybe the Russian style, Mother Russia. It's called Mother Russia. You know what I'm saying? If you really do find that in there, smoke it. Throw it away. Do not travel with it. Okay? Period. Point blank. Leave it behind. You can't take it with you. Literally, you can't take it with you. So just don't do it. All right? Just don't. Okay. I love y'all. And by the way, I need to say this before we go into the next part. Yes, that wacky tobacco. Yes, Jessica. Okay, that wacky tobacco. All right? Just don't be stupid. Okay? Just don't do it. Because people have flown with other plants and have gotten in trouble for flying with a particular plant. It doesn't have to be the Mary Jane. It doesn't have to be the devil's lettuce. Okay? It doesn't have to be weed. They just are flying in another country with a flower, for crying out loud. Okay? And they have gotten in trouble for flying with that said plant, not knowing that it was illegal to fly with to cross or to travel into that particular country with that plant. But it's real. Those are real stories. So just be smart. Okay? Let's see what happens here, though. All right? We will see what happens here. I hope that she comes home soon. My fingers are crossed. My fingers are really, really crossed. Okay. Let me see what you guys have at the with the poll though so far. Okay. We got 64% of y'all. 228 votes so far. You guys can keep voting. Okay. So the poll is still pinned to the top, y'all. The poll's still pinned to the top, okay? So keep voting, but 63% of you guys say you don't think she's innocent. There it is. That's 63%. 37% of y'all think she is innocent. Well, hopefully one day soon we will hear something from her. And I would love to hear what her wife has to say about this as well. She has done some interviews, but she hasn't really said anything about admitting guilt. Now that we have this guilty plea that just came out, I am very interested to see what Brittney's wife would say now. Maybe there's a conversation that she is having right now as we speak with her wife, and her just basically saying, "Yeah, I did it. Those were my cartridges. I made that mistake." Or she might be like, "I'm scared for my life, and I've been threatened, and I need to take this plea. I needed to plead guilty." But we'll see what happens as time goes on and as things keep moving forward. Okay. And of course, this is kind of old news now. Okay. But I'm going to get into this part here. Patricia, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Don't trust Russia. I think she will. I think she's involved in a prisoner swap. Maybe she will be involved in a prisoner swap. Maybe they are holding her for a specific reason, but they do have other American citizens that are still in Russia, been there for years for various reasons. Journalists, you name it, that are still in Russia right now that have been detained, and they have not been emancipated from the clutches of Russia. So it'll be interesting to see what happens as the time goes on here. But again, she's been locked up since February, and it seems as if Team Biden, is looking at this for the very first time now, which is ridiculous in my personal opinion. Okay, so we'll see what happens here. Okay. And of course, we do need to talk a little bit about this. Jersey Devil. Oh my God. Yep. She needs to sit down and learn to crochet. I do agree with that. I mean, she's going to be Jersey Devil. She's going to be in there for a while, y'all. Let's keep it real. Unless some stroke of genius happens. I think she's going to be locked up for a minute, y'all. She's going to be locked up for a minute. And that's tragic. Let's keep it real. That's very, very tragic. Now, of course, we got to, I didn't want to talk about it because I feel like it's already old news now. But I do want to say to all the victims that were a part of the Highland Park massacre, my thoughts and prayers go out to all y'all. The monster that was involved with this whole situation is obviously has been detained. There are a lot of people obviously that feel some type of way about this because once again, you have somebody like this Cremo guy that was out here on 4th of July dressed up as a woman. And allegedly he was sitting in a high, like up on a roof. He had access to a roof. And of course, he opened fire on a crowd of people on the 4th of July. And what's weird to me is that, of course, I tweeted this. I put this up on Twitter because I was nowhere near my computer, nowhere near a camera, nowhere near anything. But when I found out about this information, of course, I was quick to go on Twitter and post this and just give you guys a heads up for those of y'all who were in Chicago that follow me and all that. So I felt like I needed to get that information out there. And what's so frustrating to me is that he was detained. No bullets were shot. No bullets entered his body. And he's still alive. And this particular individual is is really something else. So I just wanted to say that really quick because, of course, now it is older news. I hate to say that, but you know what I'm saying. I missed because everyone has covered it so much, right? Have covered it in great detail. So I felt like, what else can I add to the discussion when everybody's already said it a million times before, the things I would basically say. But there are some things that are kind of disturbing to me that I wanted to share with you guys. Welcome to the show. But I need to pull this up really quick. And if you can, do me a favor, guys. If you haven't done this yet, please, 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 again, hit that like button down below. Send it past 400 likes for me. That would really mean a lot. Okay? It doesn't cost a thing. Now, we already know that this particular monster, right? We already know about this piece of work. Now, of course, we already know a lot of people are sitting here saying that people on the left were trying to say that he was a hardcore right-winger. And then there's a lot of people on the right that are saying that he was a hardcore leftist, okay? An overly woke leftist and all that stuff. Period. Doesn't matter. Point blank, period. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what side he was on. He still went out and he did some terrible things. I've heard commentary about this man, about this monster, that I still, because he's not a man. He's not even a boy. He's not even human. All right. But this particular individual did some terrible things. And there are people out here that are using this to try to, I don't know, sway people's minds, which still doesn't make any sense to me at all. This is a person that did an incredibly terrible thing, devastatingly horrendous thing. And everyone's too busy trying to find out if he was MAGA or not. I don't give a damn. He picked up a weapon and he opened fire on many, many people, young and old, Trump supporters and not Trump supporters, people who are just there to have sparklers in their hands and see some fireworks. Who gives a damn? Why does it turn into such a, it's just so frustrating to me. Who cares about that part? What we need to know and figure out is how to stop stuff like this from happening. Doesn't matter. He opened fire on a bunch of people. He didn't say, oh, I'm only going to hit the people who support the left. Oh, no, I'm only going to shoot the people who are on the right. No, he didn't do that. He got on the roof of a building and opened fire on everyone. Children, parents, everyone. A seventh person passed yesterday due to complications because of this shooting. 7. Multiple people were injured. You're telling me he was just targeting all these people? No, he was not. So who gives a damn? Unless there was some sort of manifesto or video or some sort of thing where he's saying, I'm only going to do, then he did exactly the opposite. Because if he said, I'm only targeting certain people, he did not do that. There was a little kid. I don't know if you heard about this story, but there was a little kid that was stuffed in a dumpster. Stuffed in a dumpster. So that kid wasn't going to get riddled by bullets. Another kid lost his parents. Little kid lost his parents from the spray of bullets. Of course, people have been very amazing out here. This young kid was orphaned, basically. Orphaned from this event. And of course, there was a crowdfunding, there was a GoFundMe situation that went down. They raised over $2 million plus for this young boy because of what just this horrendous thing that went down. And yet everybody's so concerned about what side was he on. Man, there's photos of him rocking MAGA. There's photos of him rocking Biden-ish. It doesn't matter. What he did was terrible. And what he did should not have happened. And what he did maybe could have been prevented. Maybe. I want to show you guys this video that I found interesting. This is from Brian Enton. So shout out to Brian Enton. Okay. But there's this piece here, and it's a very good question. This is a very, very good question. So take a look at this. Come on.
Sir, the shooter passed 4 background checks despite these reports of an attempted suicide and the fact that he said he wanted to kill everyone and had this knife collection. How is that possible in a state with some of the strictest gun laws, and how frustrating is that for you?
Okay, I'm gonna replay that really quick. Okay, but that's a damn good question, Brian. Look at Brian from downtown. Okay, 4 different background checks. Now I get it. Don't get me wrong. Those background checks, those make sense. Okay, they're doing their due diligence and all that. But does that also count on? Okay, if they're doing 4 background checks, what are the things are they doing background checks? Okay. What are they doing as far as those 4 background checks? Are they looking into medical history? Are they looking into maybe that this man wanted to Sean Kingston himself at one point? There was an attempt. Okay. None of that was popped up. How about social media? What about the social medias that are out here? The videos that I've seen with my own 2 eyes revolving around this Cremo dude, this monster. You didn't see any of that stuff? It's just interesting. 4. And still didn't catch any of those. None of those were a red flag. Nothing. That just doesn't seem straight. That doesn't seem straight to me. That seems odd. Very, very odd. But I want this gentleman to say what he needs to say, but I'm going to roll that question back again because it's damn good. How does he crawl through? How does he dodge those background checks and none of those background checks pull out a red flag? How is he able to do this? And then I haven't even gotten to the parents yet. But still, this is strange to me, y'all. Like I said, still, no matter what, this is a monster that did what he did. Took the lives of many people, injured multiple people, and then when he was detained, nothing happened to him. He's in prison, probably enjoying a burger right now, enjoying some Burger King. All right? Strange.
Sir, the shooter passed 4 background checks despite these reports of an attempted suicide and the fact that he said he wanted to kill everyone and had this knife collection. How is that possible in a state with some of the strictest gun laws, and how frustrating is that for you?
So a couple things. I made these comments yesterday that I think we need to increase our awareness about the red flag law. We can certainly get you the details of that red flag law. We have a little bit of information about that today.
Law enforcement says because the shooter's family didn't press charges or request weapons be taken away as part of the red flag law, the troubling incidents did not impact him buying the guns. Could the police have made that request, though, if the family didn't? Since the police went out to the home, could they have?
It's on a case-by-case basis, and it would depend on the individual information that they had at that time.
Sir, the shooter passed 4 back.
Interesting, right? You know, this is the part that doesn't make sense to me, y'all. It just doesn't. There's plenty of background checks that there were, of course, like you just said, he passed 4 of them. 4 of them. And he was able to walk out with a weapon that he ended up using on an innocent crowd. You know, it's interesting. I know this sounds weird, really weird, but I had this weird feeling on the 4th. Even so, the day before the 4th, I just had this strange feeling, like I was sitting there in my mind going, you know, I really hope, I'm really hoping to God that everyone's going to be safe on the 4th, because just something just didn't feel right. Because, you know, if you've noticed, we live in this strange ass time where shootings just happen to be, it's part of our vernacular now, y'all. The more and more stuff, more and more events like this that we saw, those viral videos that we've been seeing, the more that we see this, the more desensitized we are to it, the more we end up just going, okay, moving on. Oh no. You see what I'm saying? Prayers for meh, and then we move the F on until the next thing happens, or until it's somebody that you love that is gunned down by some sort of monster at an event. It's frustrating, y'all. There needs to be more done, because there's a lot of young cats out here that are getting access to weapons and running out into these streets and thinking that the only way that they can be heard is by pulling that trigger. I do think that there's another. I think if I'm correct, I saw this on in a social media post somewhere, and I forgot what state it was, but literally there's a state that that has decided to use social media as part of their background check before they let anyone have possession of a weapon. And let's be real, there's a lot that can be seen in social media that can give you an insight on what kind of person you are letting have the rights to run around with an AR-15. And I'm not sitting here saying that just. Thank you, K2Chi. Yes, in New York. Thank you so very much. Thank you, K. I appreciate that. Thank you, sweetheart. But the thing is that I'm not sitting here saying that everybody, you know, puts all their dark thoughts on social media, but there's a lot of people that do. And you got a person like this monster, another monster. Just a few weeks ago, we were talking about another one, and now we got another one right now. And this guy is this monster, this piece of work was putting out stuff on YouTube, his social medias, and no one was batting an eye. It's crazy to me, y'all. It's crazy to me. And we are becoming more and more desensitized to this. You know what's really messed up that really just grinds my gears? I am not a person that likes looking at gory stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like horror movies. That's one thing, okay? But I'm talking about real life-ish, right? If you ever seen like a photo or somebody getting injured or something like that, right? Back in the day, I would hate to look at those kind of things. But now, because it's so everyday, I've become desensitized from it. I don't like looking at dead bodies. I hate saying that word, that phrase, but let's be real. Nowadays, that's every day. It's the Jake Paul song. It's every day, bro. It's every day. And it's nothing now. We got kids who are looking at these things. Yo, oh my God. There's the video of this particular shooting. There's a kid filming the parade, and it's like the most infamous, it's the most popular reused video right now. I think I even retweeted it as well. Follow me on Twitter, the Pascal Show, one word, please. But the parade's going down, and you just hear a rat-tat-tat-tat, right? And the kid, no disrespect to the kid, all right? He was filming it, but it seemed as if he was more excited about filming the thing, catching it, than he was about, oh my God, there's somebody out here trying to kill all of us. Just seemed weird. Yo, I got a viral video. I just recorded this. That's just me, though. That's just me. It's just how he says it. which seemed weird to me. But hey, that's just me. But this is the world that we live in. Instead of that kid dropping the phone or going, oh my God, I'm scared, terrified, whatever, he is excited, just like, yes, the real shock. The kid was excited that he filmed it. Not, oh my God, what's going on? That was a kid, y'all. We are so desensitized. And I'm not sitting here saying like, oh, stop playing video games and stop doing this, that, and the other. And horror movies are getting too horrible and they're getting too violent and blah. No, I'm not saying that. It's what we see in real life that's making us desensitized. That's real life. And now we see more and more people just, oh my gosh, I just caught this thing. 11-year-old kid, probably 11, 12-year-old kid. And he's excited about that. Instead of going, Mom, Dad, where you at? Or are they okay? Where's the shooting happening? I hear bullets. I hear gunshots. What the F is going on? He's more excited about a viral video. It's just, I apologize, guys, for my rant. But that's what I feel is so frustrating about the world that we live in right now. And then now we have kids like Cremo, this monster, the other monster for the Robb Elementary School, that are easily able to walk down to a gun store or wherever and pick them up their own version of a WMD. All they got to do is sign up. They got to be 18 or older. Get a quick little background check, and 5 seconds later, boom, you've been approved. Here you go, buddy. It's too easy. And that kid who feels some type of way about not being heard or being abused by his parents or abused at school, whatever it is, suddenly they feel like, hey, I'm finally going to be heard. I'm going to shake the very rafters of this school or whatever it may be. I'm going to be heard instead of actually speaking to somebody to get heard the right way. But we don't have that. We don't have that for these kids. So again, four background checks, and none of them picked up any red flags. Yet, if you just look at social media and the videos that we've been seeing on social media, trust and believe there were red flags. Same thing with Crumbly. Okay, Ethan Crumbly. With that shooting that happened in Michigan, at that Michigan high school, there was plenty of heads up. There were plenty of red flags before any of this ish went down. But people ignore these red flags, and I don't know why. You got schools that are ignoring these red flags too. It's just wild to me, y'all. It's just wild. Real Shocked said, yeah, social media is the best background check, Pascal. I feel like it's a step in the right direction. Sure. It's a piece of it, no doubt. Trust. Kids are putting a lot of stuff out, saying what they're frustrated about, saying things that they're angry about, saying I'm not heard, or because they just want to be heard. They want to be talked about. They're putting these things out here, y'all. They're putting these things out here. But no one, I feel like it's, I don't know. It's a lot of different things, y'all. It's laziness. It's fear of being wrong. It's complacency. It's a lot of different things. But it still makes me wonder why the people who surround that individual's life, why aren't they taking the step forward? Why aren't they saying, hey, bro, what's up? You good? You want to sit down and talk? I got time, man. And maybe just that conversation changes the whole trajectory of that person's outlook on life, their future, changes their thoughts of doing whatever they thought of doing. But then again, as much as there are so many good people out here in the world, there's a lot of people that are self-centered and are lazy and aren't willing to put in the work because they're busy about their own stuff. Well, I got bills to pay and I got this, that, and the third. Well, hey, maybe this person just taking 5 minutes of your time to talk to that said person could change that life in that 5 minutes. But, like I said, I am no expert. Okay. But a part of me does feel that if somebody knows that they are appreciated and that they're being heard, maybe they won't do those said things. But then again, there's a lot of things that happen within their own self, their own mental capacity. And if they feel some type of way, they're going to continue to feel some type of way. But it doesn't hurt to try. And I just don't think people are out here actually trying. That's just what I think. Leela, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Youth are hurting. Mental health is real. Many times parents are more worried of their own, than their children. Yeah. A lot of times they're just going bills, bills, bills. I got to pay those bills. You know what I'm saying? They got that Destiny Child song going on in their head. That's all they care about, making the money. And I understand that. Okay, the grind out here is real and it's getting more real. Let me just say this, y'all. Save your monies. Save your monies. Okay? But I feel like there's something that could be I just feel sometimes not all parents do this, but there are parents out here that are not looking at their kids. They're just in the daily grind and just focus on the other thing. Focus on money. Focus on making sure that the kids are fed and the lights are still on and all that stuff. And I get that piece. And then they just don't see what their kids are really doing. And that's a sad part too. That is a very, very sad part. Okay. Yep, exactly. Hey, lady, keeping up with the Joneses. Everybody now has a gun too. Yep. I mean, it's nuck and futs, y'all. It's nuck and futs. Melanin 100%. Why are these white children so angry? Why do they always turn to guns? I don't know. Well, a lot of these kids, yes. A lot of the kids that we've been seeing recently are Caucasian, except for the Robb Elementary School kid. Okay. But I don't know. I really don't know. I can't answer that. I really can't. I really, really can't. But it is a very frustrating. It's a very frustrating time. And I wish that we would be a little bit more observant, perceptive, vigilant. Because it only takes a little bit of effort to talk to somebody, just a little bit. And like I said, it may not solve everything, but at least it will be something. But I think a lot of people, like this monster, may have felt like they were being ignored for just being a little different. And King Bob, yeah, it's not just white. There's a lot of kids out here that are doing a lot of bad things of all races, all religious beliefs as well, that are out here doing crazy, crazy things. Okay. And it's just sad. It's just sad. And like I said, my thoughts and prayers go out to all the families and all the loved ones that are out there and all the victims that were part of what happened on July 4th. And, I apologize. I wasn't able to come on and jump on to talk about this when I was out of town, but I'm here. I'm talking about it now. And it is a very, very frustrating, very, very frustrating thing. Okay. But we do have to talk about this other story. This is another piece that I thought was, oh my gosh. There was another story. There's so many stories, guys. But we got to talk about this piece. Okay. Now, this is another one that just happened yesterday. And I'm not showing the I'm only going to show a little bit of this video. I'm not going to show the whole thing because it is way too graphic, and I do not want to show that here on this platform. I'm just going to show the first 3 seconds of this video, and we're going to stop. But there's some information here. There was a video that was shared to me on Twitter today, or yesterday, I'm sorry, late last night. And this part is nuts. This video I saw was absolutely nuts. Now, this is a man that clearly is having some sort of psychotic break. Mental health is he's definitely having some mental health issues. Now, from what we understand, allegedly this man had a weapon on him. And in the video, you can see it many, many times where he's pointing the gun to his head. Clearly, he's not right in his mind. He's obviously having a psychotic break. What happens is apparently his car, he crashes his car in a ditch. He gets out of the car and he starts walking. Now, these cops, a bunch of cops, start following him. Okay. And it's crazy. He starts walking. He's doing his thing. We're going to look at the video here shortly, but I wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update of what's going on here. Now, this is a video that has been sharing like crazy on the Twitters. This is a white man, from what it seems, from what it looks like. This is a white man that is walking on the highway or on the street of some sort, and suddenly the cops open fire on him. But when they open fire, man, they just light this person up. They light him up. And what's crazy is that this is all being filmed. So people, I guess, were stopped, or there was traffic going on the road. And everyone on that road, women, children, watch as this man is lit up, riddled with bullets. Same thing in the same fashion as Jayland Walker. Now, we talked about Jayland Walker to great lengths about how that young man was shot at over 90 times. This is at least what the media has been saying. He was hit. His body was riddled with bullets. They said they found 60 bullets in his body. Of course, there is the body cam footage. There's body cam footage that shows that this man, it's kind of hard to see in that video pertaining to Jayland, but Jayland left his gun in the car. He was on a high-speed chase. He fired at the cops that were chasing him down. It looks like from the street cam footage that he only shot at them once. He jumps out of his car that is still rolling, but he leaves his gun behind and he starts running. All these cops run after him. He turns around. The cops think that he is still holding a gun, and they gun him down. They shoot him multiple times. I hate to say it, but they turn that man into Swiss cheese. Sorry, but that's the truth. So the same thing happens to this man here, but he's also white. Same thing, though, that happens to this man. Still, so far, we have not gotten any word on his name, what was really going on, why he was being chased down, why he crashed his car in the ditch. We don't know any of this. But this all happened in Beckley, West Virginia. Okay? So we got to look into this. All right? So let's do this. So now apparently there's an update. So a man shot by police on Robert C. Byrd Drive in Beckley as motorists record on cell phones. People were sitting in their cars watching this. Kids were watching this, y'all. Kids. And also, I want to point this other thing out, too, before we go into this article. One more thing, too. Weren't the cops ever worried about a bullet ricocheting or hitting wrong and going into the crowd or the line of traffic? Weren't they worried about any of their surroundings? Did they not look around and say, hey, there are people here? And also the other thing is, couldn't one bullet be enough? I'm just saying, couldn't one bullet be enough, y'all? One? Yet they lit this man up. Lit him up. I can't show you the full video, but I can show you a little bit. We're going to get into it, I promise, okay? Just so strange to me, y'all. It's so strange. You got people who are watching from sitting and watching. Somebody had enough time to pull out their phone and start filming this entire altercation. This entire last few moments of this man. So, in Beckley, West Virginia, okay, police have yet to release the name of a man shot and killed by officers Wednesday morning, just off of Bradley exit of U.S. Route 19 near the Crossroads Mall in Raleigh County. Now, according to that news release, okay, because apparently the state police did release an additional information. So according to them, in this release, initial calls reported an armed suspect fleeing from a crash scene off of Dry Hill Road in Raleigh County. The suspect then stole a truck reported as being blue color and fled in an unknown direction. A short time later, the suspect was located at Big Lots near the Raleigh Mall in the stolen vehicle. The suspect refused to stop for officers, and a pursuit ensued, leading into Fayette County and back into the Bradley area of Raleigh County. The pursuit ended when the vehicle became disabled off of Route 19 in Bradley. The armed suspect exited the vehicle and was engaged by law enforcement. During a short standoff, the suspect continued to brandish a handgun, resulting in gunfire from law enforcement, causing the suspect's death. Now, there's more. The shooting was caught on video by stopped motorists at just before 11 a.m. on Wednesday. So that was yesterday. The video shows the man running through the grass near the northbound entrance ramp, not far from the Sheetz convenience store. He was holding a gun. The video shows him pointing the gun at his head several times as armed police officers pursued on foot. When the man reached the Bradley exit, or the Robert C. Byrd Drive, near the Route 19 overpass on foot, he turned toward motorists and appeared to wave goodbye. He then turned towards the police, which was followed by multiple gunshots from the police. The man died in the highway. Okay, now we already know about this. The man was white with long hair and a beard, and he was wearing a hooded pullover. Of course, the state police are saying this investigation is still ongoing. But I just want to say, this is a young man, or this is a man that was clearly having a psychotic break. Clearly, something was not right in this man's head. Not right at all. Okay? The video I'm going to show you is going to be, like I said, it's going to be short. I'm not showing you the whole thing. Okay? Because it's graphic and it's not fun. It's not fun. But I do want, and I'm going to put it on a small screen because I don't want to, like I said, this is devastating, y'all. Okay? But I wanted you guys to see this. This is also, like I said, this is a white man. They have not identified him yet. But this was a white man that clearly was having some sort of issues mentally. He went on a little crime spree. Okay? He carjacked, all that stuff. They tried to take him down. They tried to chase him down. Somehow he jumped out of the car and he went on foot. Cops started following him. Multiple cops started following him. And then this happened. I'm going to go bit by bit. But you can see him right there. You can see him right there. He is holding a gun in his right hand. I'm only going to play a few more seconds, guys. Okay? I'm only going to show a few more seconds. Yep.
Oh my God.
Okay. That's all I'm playing. That's all I am playing. Okay. But as you can see, he is gesticulating with his left hand. He has the gun in his right. Clearly, I understand. He's walking into public. He's walking into a public area. I get that. Okay. He's walking into a crowded area where there are women and children. There are people in this area. They're all stopped. They got no other place to go. This man keeps walking. He's, as you just saw for a second, he keeps pointing the gun at his head. He's not pointing it at the cops, mind you. But then at the very end, he gets lit up. And unfortunately, Maria Antoinette, I would love to show you guys, but I can't. Okay. There's certain guidelines, there's certain rules on this platform in which I cannot break. If I do, then my show will be gone. And I know you guys don't want my show to be gone. Okay. It's just way too graphic for me to show, unfortunately. Okay. But clearly this man is not okay in the head. Yeah, and then there's from what the article that I just read to you guys, apparently he waves with his left hand to the public that are all watching, and he turns around. And the thing is that he doesn't raise, from what it looks like, he doesn't raise the gun to the officers. In fact, he's going, hey, I have no bullet, like, hey. Hold on, guys. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to make sure yeah. So then it's weird. Like there's just this one little thing where it's almost like he twitches his hand and he's turning his back from the cops. Then one cop shoots and then they all light him up. And I'll let you hear the vol. I'll let you hear it. I will let you hear it. Let's just listen.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Okay, you don't need to see what went down, but you can hear it. There's only one shot, and I'm telling you, it's one shot. The one shot takes this man down. The one shot takes this man down. But then suddenly, it's like all these cops just want to have target practice suddenly. They suddenly want to have target practice, so what do? One shot is made, and then they go, oh, let's light them up. And they do. This man hits the ground. I'm not going to show you guys the video, of course, but I'm just going to play the audio. Right then, he gets shot. He gets shot in the stomach, it looks like. He doubles over. He starts to fall on the ground, and before he even hits the ground...
Oh my God.
I can't play it for you guys, unfortunately. There were gunshot wounds or gunshots to his head. There is mist. If you get what I'm saying, there is a mist of a certain color that comes off the top of his head. They light this man up. One gunshot would have done just fine. Just saying. One gunshot would have stopped this man, which it did. He got shot in the stomach. He doubles over. He goes to the ground. He's not pulling out his gun. He's not doing anything of that sort. He doubled over and started falling on the ground. And before he hit the ground, the rest of 5-0 just started going, ra-ka-ka-ka-ka. For what reason? They did it until he did not move anymore, y'all. That's insane to me. That's absolutely insane. It's insane. Same thing with the Jalen Walker situation. The man, but the only difference in this situation is that that man did not have a weapon on him. He just turned around quickly, and the cops freaked out, and they lit him up. This man right here, one gunshot. You can see it. It's in broad daylight. You cannot miss it. Please go to my Twitter, okay? It's on my Twitter feed. Please go and check that video out. You can see with your own two eyes. In fact, I will put it on my Patreon as well so that you guys can see it, okay? But if you look at it, you can see it with your own two eyes. This man was shot once, and he went to the ground. He sunk to the, like, quickly, not even sunk. He just dropped to the ground. And then the cops they just kept shooting him. And I say over and over and over again, when you look at this particular situation, why weren't they worried about all the people that were standing there watching this? Why weren't they concerned about people getting hit by a stray bullet, so on and so forth? Excessive force to the umpteenth degree. And there's parts here where you see that they're not even aiming for, it doesn't seem like they're even aiming for his chest, or at least a place where there's more body mass. There are bullets hitting his head. Like I said, I can't show you the video because it's just too graphic. But you see mist coming off the man's head because bullets are entering his head. They turned this man into a target practice session. One bullet would have been enough. One. And this is what's so frustrating about this, guys, because you got somebody who clearly, you can see it. He's clearly having a mental break. You saw it in the first few seconds I showed it to you guys. Clearly something's not right. He is not okay. He's not okay. And yet, this man shot over, I don't even know how many times this man was shot. I don't even know how many times this man was shot. He was shot a whole lot of times, more than 20. I guarantee you that. When in this situation, it's not like he continued, it's not like he got shot and he kept running towards 5-0 or running towards the general, like towards innocent lives that were standing there stuck in traffic. He quickly slumped to the ground. So why continue shooting? Why? Why, y'all? In fact, I'm going to, no, let me put it up again. All right, I just retweeted it again, okay? And you guys can watch it. Go over to my Twitter, please, The Pascal Show, one word, okay? Go check that out. Take a look. I just retweeted it really, really quick because, yes, we need to see this. So it doesn't only happen to young black men out here in these streets. It's also happening to white men as well. It's happening to everybody, okay? But apparently now it's turning into a thing where it's target practice. That's literally, it was like they're at the gun range. They're at the shooting range, chilling. Except this time it was in front of men, women, and children. In broad daylight. You see that kind of stuff. It's like, wait a second. That is way too excessive. Way too excessive. Same thing with Jalen Walker. Same thing with this mysterious man that we do not know their name yet. But this is not the kind of enforcement that we need to have. Okay? No, because I fear every time. I do personally. I get scared about this stuff. Anytime I get pulled over or anytime cops are around, I get scared. I do. Or a situation like this where, of course, this is a tough situation. And this is a man that still has a gun in his hand. He's doing all kinds of crazy stuff, saying, I'm going to do this. I'm doing, clearly he's not right in the mind, but then you keep wondering, what is the proper way? What is a better way of taking care of this so that we don't have him dead? We don't have him turn into target practice, like he's a damn Coke can on sitting on a fence for target practice. This type of stuff is too much for me, and it frustrates me. And this is the reason why people out here that are still wondering or still so inquisitive of why people say certain things like defund or whatever, why they keep wondering, why are people saying this? It's because of videos that are getting caught like this, because of countless times cops not knowing when enough is enough, when, hey, maybe don't put your knee on this person's neck for some odd minutes and watch him die underneath you. Oh, maybe don't shoot a person 60 plus times. Just saying. But I know there's people out here that will sit there and go, hey, this is enough. He got what he got what he was asking for. And I say this, no, it is not. There's a better way to get these things done. Especially if you know somebody's mentally having issues. There's got to be a better way. And I get it. He's got a gun. He's violent and all that. There's got to be one hit. One bullet would have been enough. One bullet would have sufficed. Not every person is impenetrable. Not everybody reacts to bullets the same way. Some people just double over like this man did in the video. Some people actually do that. Surprise, surprise. And some are just hopped up on adrenaline and yeah, maybe one bullet isn't enough. I don't know. But at the same time, when I look at something like this, come on, y'all. In front of all those people too. All those people. They killed that man, y'all. They killed that man. Yeah. Yeah, Santivia. Okay. Full on public execution. Both of them. All right. Both of them. And it doesn't matter. Okay. Doesn't matter about race. Doesn't. We all see what we saw. Okay. And we all agree excessive is excessive. Doesn't matter. And I know some people will be instantly biased because he's black. I said, I've had plenty of trolls come onto the show and say, oh, blah, blah, blah. That's these kids better not be doing this. But then it turns into a white person. And they go, oh my God, how dare they do this to this white kid? Doesn't matter. Race has nothing to do with this situation, with both situations. There's a better way of getting this taken care of. There's a better way of getting this man to put a gun down or to stop him from doing something terrible. And he could still be alive to this day. Same thing with Jalen. Same thing with Jalen Walker. There's definitely a way. So frustrating, y'all. So frustrating. And let me say this too. I am no expert. Like I said, I'm just a guy. Okay. I am just a guy. Just a guy. But a part of me does feel like, hey, maybe with some effort, we could figure some things out. How about that? Maybe with a little bit of effort, we could figure some things out so that people who are having a psychotic break, because we don't know what was going on with, for example, with Jalen Walker. That could have very well been a psychotic break. No one knows. No one knows. They just automatically think he's a criminal. But we don't know what happened. We don't. And instead of us being, oh, it's just this, that, and the third, and blah, 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 moving on. No, let's look at these situations and try to figure out what we need to do so that this does not happen anymore. But look, we're still having men and women getting lit up like Christmas trees. We've been talking about this for a long time, babies. And has anything changed? Are these hashtags slowing down? I'll leave that question up to you guys. You guys go ahead and answer that in the chat, okay? Elbows Mom, thank you so much for the comment on YouTube. Pascal, where can I send you a link to a list of all the people killed by law enforcement in just one state? Washington since 2015, over 7,500 of them. What? Shoot. You can go to my Discord and you can send it to me there, or you can send it to me through my Instagram. You can go to my Instagram, The Pascal Show, one word. Follow me on Instagram, guys, please. And you can send it to me there as well. I know a lot of people out here that watch this show or that, that are new to watching this show know that, I've been covering a bunch of other things that have nothing to do with this kind of stuff. But we do talk about these things. We talk about this. We talk about a gang of different things other than just what we have been covering a lot as of late. And I'm telling you right now, there's a lot to talk about. And there's more and more craziness going on out here in these streets that we all need to know what's going on. And, and for me, it's not like I sit here and really want to talk about mass shootings and all that. That's not bliss to me. I don't enjoy it, but it is information and conversations that we need to have because, hey, maybe this conversation stops somebody else from doing something terrible. Each conversation that we are brave enough to have out here makes us challenge ourselves and maybe change the way we look at the world, or hopefully change the conversations that are being had in certain offices and whatnot. So it's just as important as anything else, y'all. Just as important. And Iris, yes, that is very true. Jalen Walker did lose his wife, his fiance, just about a month before the shooting went down, before that incident went down, before the murder went down. The medical examiner has been ruling it as a homicide because of how many times that man was shot. And I wouldn't be surprised if they look at this situation, if the medical examiners are not looking at this and saying, hey, this as well could be ruled as a homicide. You see the video, or, like I said, go to my Twitter, follow me on Twitter. I've just posted it. Go check it out. And you can see it with your own two eyes. I wouldn't be surprised if ME looks at this, medical examiner's office looks at this and says, no, that's definitely, you can't escape that. That was a firing range. That was straight up them killing that man. Real talk. It's crazy. Oh, it's absolutely, absolutely crazy, y'all. But again, I have to emphasize more and more that, hey, we the more we talk about these things, the more I hope it helps us change things. It helps us. It inspires us to do something different. It inspires us to try to strive to be better out here. But now that you see two men, two different races, losing their lives in the same fashion, their stories are different, but the way that their lives were taken were in the same fashion. I just hope that for any person that has been biased towards one specific side, looks at this and really looks at this situation. And hopefully it changes some people's minds in the right way. Because the excessiveness, all right, the excessiveness of what's going on out here needs to stop. Anyway, guys, that is the show today. I really do appreciate all y'all. I got a bunch of stuff, a bunch of stories I'll be covering here in the very, very near future, but I wanted to hop on, chop it up with you guys today. Wow, the time flew today. I'm not complaining. It's great to be back and chop it up with you guys. It's been a couple days, so I missed you guys, and I hate that it's been on such a negative or a little bit of a darker conversation, but we needed to have these conversations talking about all the stuff that's been going on, and I hope that you guys enjoyed it as well and appreciate it as well. And if you did, please do me a favor, hit that like button down below, send those likes all the way up. We got to have those uncomfortable conversations. Without it, we can't change the world, y'all. We can't. Okay, so do me a favor, hit that like button down below. Do not forget to hit that subscribe button. Okay, and let me kill that really quick. I just did a video, a quick little video. I had an opportunity to, something just kind of inspired me. I felt moved to do a little video. So I posted that on my shorts, on my YouTube shorts. It's on my TikTok, which is the Pascal Show, one word. Also on Instagram, Pascal Show, one word. I even shared it on Twitter as well. And, we need more than ever. Like, I'm dead serious when I said summer of self-love is in full effect. It is now fully in full effect. And so I think that more and more, we need more and more people out here saying wonderful and beautiful and positive things towards each other, trying to inspire, trying to keep people moving, because we are walking into some really trying, it's been trying times, but we're going to be walking into some more very tough times here very, very soon. I just feel it in my bones. The recession, all that stuff. The recession's already here, y'all. The recession is already here, but it might get even worse for a lot of us. So we need, as much as we can, to build that community of solidarity, positivity, okay? And just being a light at the end of that dark ass tunnel. Because I know a lot of us are still trying to get out of that dark tunnel right now. And then we might be walking into another moment of darkness. Well, I'm going to do my best, my damnedest, to be a bright light over here, to give you guys more motivation, more laughs, more conversations. Even these, these are tough conversations that we need to have. But I will promise you that I will be wrapping all this stuff in nothing but positivity, even if it's in short videos and whatnot. So I just did that video. It's on my Twitter, it's on TikTok, it's on YouTube, and it's on Instagram. If you follow me on any of those platforms and you just feel like tagging or sharing that video with or to somebody that needs to hear something positive for the day, please share it. There's going to be a lot more videos like that coming down the pipe here very, very soon. But this was my first pancake, and I figured if you guys can, I'd really appreciate it. Share, share, share. Summer of Love is in full effect. So get ready. A lot more videos like that are coming very, very soon. Okay. And without y'all support, I won't be doing those videos. So please share, comment, all that stuff. Hit the like button, all that crap. Okay. But anyway, guys, I appreciate you guys for being on here, chopping it up with me. Okay. Who just said something? I just saw something. Where is it? Jersey Devil just said, I saw Pascal. It was beautiful. Thank you so much. Okay. Yaritza? Hopefully I said that right. Yaritza. Thank you, Pascal. I'm so glad I saw you on Popcorn Planet live stream the other day. You deserve it. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. Appreciate all the love. Saw it. Oh, there it is. Saw Pascal. It's beautiful. Big love, y'all, from Judy. Thank you. Thank you so much. Iris. Really like your show, Pascal. Missed you. Be blessed. Yes, there's more coming. Just needed a few days off to recharge and enjoy my life. personally. You know what I'm saying? And enjoy that beautiful beach too. You know what I'm saying? That was a beautiful beach. Okay. But yes, please share it. All that stuff. That would really mean a lot. Of course, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Check out my merch. I got some new merch coming out. So be on the lookout for that. I got some new merch coming out for the Summer of Love. So it's coming out very, very soon. So be on the lookout for that. And yeah, hit that Patreon. Check out that join button down below. And I got the Cash App too. If you feel warm and gooey inside and just want to help a man keep his lights on. Okay. Anyway, guys, it is time to get going. I appreciate all y'all. You guys have been incredible. And I'll see you guys very, very soon. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I'll see you guys in the next video. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.